So I'll start off the Om. You just match the note as best as you can. We'll do the Om together. And then I will say goodbye and they will say hello. I'm Gabriel. You are searching for peace, every one of you. And as a society, you are searching for peace within the process that you are referring to as protest, or even voting as a form of protest. There are those who vote for the candidates that are currently representing some of you, who feel it is the correct one to acknowledge and to place in this office. And there are those who feel that this is a form of protest to prevent the other from achieving their own goals. And so there seems to be a lack of understanding or love or excitement in a process that many years ago was something that the country celebrated, that the country looked forward to, not as an end to tyranny or an end to a very sloppy process, but actually as a celebration of the new. And there was a brotherly quality to it, even amongst the debates. And there was very little name-calling, and there was very little shaming that was occurring amongst society and the government and the figures within that structure, that organization. You are embarking upon, as a nation, a very interesting course as you are navigating through your own darkness or judgments. The darkness is not evil. The darkness is simply the areas within you or your experience that has been undiscovered. If you choose to see it as negative, or the fear from that unknown place within you, in that so-called darkness, is too frightening for you, if you choose to retreat from it, you cannot have, or you certainly will delay, the processes of your own evolution and your own freedom. And that is what is mirroring in your political system. That even the nation, though it is so many different ones of you, different backgrounds and ethnicities and all of those categories, you are still as one people. You are identified around the world as Americans. And this is a very interesting experiment, as they say, of the universe or co-creation, this particular country, and why it was formed, and perhaps the basis of which it was formed. And currently there are situations that are occurring in your country from the indigenous ones, who feel that still they are being trampled upon, their rights and practices and cultures are not being recognized. And this is echoing in many parts of the world. Those who feel unseen and unheard. This is a mirror of part of you that is unseen and unheard by the version of you that is sitting here now. Or perhaps you feel you have heard and seen so much of this version of you that is longing to be acknowledged, that you wish it would just go away, that you wish it would silence in some way if you could just feed it what it wants to consume. It wants success in the various departments of your life, whether it is love or career or the wellness of your body, mind and spirit. You are grappling with many things as a nation and as individuals. You are redefining what is success, what is goodness, what is loyalty, and what is fair and just in a world where simple physicality becomes a point of difference, where the preference of another in any regard can be judged. And so for evolution to take place, you must acknowledge yourselves as eternally evolving beings, rather than damning each other for what you naturally are experiencing as yourself. And so while you are, in many ways, expressing yourselves more and more, the individual relationship that you have. That means how you are speaking within yourselves. The dialogue that is recurring, the tapes, if you would, that are repeating over and over again. You are at the precipice of being able to give yourselves a grand permission to free yourselves of these very restrictive forms of thinking and these patterns that have been ingrained by traumatic experiences that, of course, you have chosen along the path of your experience here. Your life is your path, and your path is your life. You are the soul, you do not have one. Your body is an expression. You are not housed within the body. You are expressing yourself as a physical body, a gender, or perhaps you do not feel you are one. Whatever it is that you choose, whatever words you decide are fitting to describe you and all that you are and all that you think and do, once you are most wholly satisfied with this description and expression of yourself, you may then turn your attention to what you wish to create. When you become sure that you are safe or sure that you are loved, when you decide that you are all right in this existence that you are calling life, then perhaps you will then begin to understand the words trust, understand the words perfection. For only perfection exists. There is no such thing as imperfection. Imperfection is something that you have created as a way to describe something that is occurring in opposition to, or in some strange way, not meeting your expectations of what your ideal is, of how things should be. And within this is where you will find your problems with each other and yourself. Others are not loving you right. Others are not treating you well. Others are not doing something for you. And if it is not that, then perhaps you feel you are not doing it for you. You are not treating yourself well. Either way, this is another form, directly actually, of blame. That will not serve you as an individual or as a nation. When you begin to see the purpose of each thing that is occurring as part of how you are creating your lives, you will then flow with a great majesty and a great peace as you are. That is what you are. You are majestic beings. You are at the very core of what you are. You are peace. You are love. The more you remind yourselves of this, you will understand that enlightenment is simply that, a reminding. All of your physical conditions, your illnesses, your temporary conditions, your longer-term conditions are reflective of how you are thinking, how you are feeling. You are discovering this more and more. These truths that you are seeing through your physical bodies, whether you are not able to feel a certain type of vitality, perhaps could be that you are not letting yourself out fully. Perhaps you're not letting things in. We encourage you to look deeply into whatever is ailing you physically and find what is the spiritual or emotional cause of this. And as you release this, some of you will experience a total, an utter reversal of conditions from bad to good, or perhaps only 50%, which is quite a remarkable amount as well for an improvement. Even if you are only 15% better by looking deeply into the emotional reasons for your physicality, certainly that is an improvement. And then you will harness more and more power for you, and therefore for others, and therefore for the world. And that is where change occurs, does it not? Over and over again. You have been learning this, and it shall never end. You shall receive messages from many sources. In fact, the messages are omnipresent. The purpose of your modalities, whether it is channeling or meditation or what have you, whatever brings you more peace, is to quiet your minds so that you are able to hear the messages which are omnipresent, so that you are able to see the secrets of the universe inside of a single leaf, that you are able to see God anywhere you choose. Why must you only see God in certain places, in certain ways? It is a delightful and powerful experience when you see God in something that pleases you. But if you define God differently, you will also see God in all things, and differently if you see God as the force that informs all that you do and all that you are and the entire process of existence, then you will begin to be overwhelmed by God presence and angelic presence as well. So we encourage you to surrender yourselves and to not defend yourself. Why defend? What is so fragile that you must defend? Your God is not fragile. Your God is love. And therefore, as you begin to release your hold or your control on this tension, whether or not you are one with this God energy presence, and that all is perfection, you will find that all of your troubles are connected to this lack of trust or belief, even more powerfully. Belief is even more powerful than trust. If you believe that you do not even need trust, meaning that if all is perfection, then it is certainly a reality that all goes as according to plan, that all is being created simultaneously, organically, spontaneously, in accordance to where you are at and what you need. You will find great peace in this, and you will find yourselves in this as well. Bless you.